Hello dear students, I welcome you all to today's session. As you all know, we are carrying on with this chapter, the age of industrialization. I'm sorry. Now what happens, a lot of things we have discussed in this, but as per the revised syllabus, this chapter is not coming for your boards, but it would be evaluated for your internal, it would be evaluated in the periodic tests. So you need to concentrate on this chapter. ऐसा नहीं है कि इस chapter को आपको छोड़ देना है. We have to do this chapter. So children, here we have seen, अभी तक हमने देखा that Manchester had come to India. The Manchester is the place where best quality cotton is manufactured, best quality goods are manufactured in Britain, and the manufacturing that they were doing, because of industrialization, the industries that they have established, these industries were doing mass production, and this production that they were doing, it was sufficient, it was enough for the fulfillment of the requirements of the people in Britain. इसके बाद there was lot of surplus, you know, 10 suppose 10 meter of cloth is needed, but they are producing 100 meter of cloth. So 10 meter is their requirement, so what will they do with another 90 meter of cloth? So what happened, they started bringing all these clothes to India. First thing that they have done, that they have spoiled the Indian cotton market. Cotton was the best quality cotton that came in India, which was used by the Indian weavers. Now what happened, these people had taken all these cotton to Britain, अपने यहाँ पे ले जा रहे थे, and cotton piece goods constituted over, just see children, it is mentioned here, by 1850 cotton piece goods constituted over 31% of the value of Indian imports. 1870 में क्या हुआ, पहले क्या था कि the cotton that was coming to India, cotton piece goods, I mean the different kind of clothes, that cloth pieces they are talking about. तो पहले there was 31% of cotton piece coming to India. Now it rose to 50%. Imagine all the goods that are coming to India, they are not going to keep it in the warehouse ना, उसको कहीं गोदाम में तो रखेंगे नहीं, they'll bring it to the market. Now when these piece goods which are manufactured in Manchester, very good quality cotton, what will happen to the Indian market? Okay, तो इंडियन मार्केट की क्या हालत होगी आप पहले ही सोच सकते हो, उसको आप समझ सकते हो. गॉट इट चिल्ड्रन? So children, the Manchester goods that were coming to India, the Indian weavers, the kind of problems that they were facing, we are talking about it. Now cotton weavers in India, now they were facing two problems. Just check out children, it is mentioned here. They were facing two problems. पहला तो क्या हुआ कि their export market collapsed. जितना सामान बाहर जा रहा था, now it was not going out, there was nobody ready to take their products. And then पहला तो मतलब the international market was finished, national market also finished. How? Their local market shrank, सिकुड़ गया, छोटा हो गया. Being gluted with Manchester imports. Gluted means matlab it was into pieces. It was brutally destroyed. It was totally finished because of the Manchester imports. Machines, because the goods that were produced by machines, they were lower cost, and they were so cheap that weavers, I'm sorry children, and they were so cheap that weavers could not easily compete with them. And by 1850s what happened, reports from most weaving regions narrated stories of decline. All the weavers were facing problem. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक दो को problem हो रही थी, it was the problem that was faced all over India. So you can understand that it was such a critical situation. Then by 1860s what happened, weavers faced a new problem. What was that? पहले ही था that their international market was finished, national market was finished. Now what was the new problem? Just check it out. The cotton that was being grown in India, all the cotton, best quality cotton was that was grown in India, the American Civil War broke down. American Civil War started, and during that time what happened, that all the cotton supplies, पहले क्या था, the Britain used to take all the cotton from America. But then American Civil War had started. Now what was this American Civil War? This is another story altogether. Itna we know, don't need to go in detail. But this Civil War had a effect on the cotton export and import of the Indian people. Because when the cotton supply, obviously America से जो cotton supply आ रहा था, that was very good quality cotton. तो they never thought कि इंडिया से कॉटन लेके जाएंगे. बट नाउ व्हाट हैपेंड व्हेन द अमेरिकन सिविल वॉर ब्रोक डाउन, ब्रिटेन वाज इनटू अ बैड रिलेशन विद अमेरिका. तो उनको कॉटन तो चाहिए था. दे हैव ऑलरेडी एस्टैब्लिश्ड द इंडस्ट्रीज. इंडस्ट्रीज में काम तो रुक नहीं सकता है. सो व्हाट हैपेंड, दे टर्न टू इंडिया. कॉटन कहाँ से मिलेगा? नाउ दे हैव टू गेट इट फ्रॉम इंडिया. एंड रॉ कॉटन एक्सपोर्ट्स, व्हाट हैपेंड फ्रॉम इंडिया, increased. All the cotton that was here, Britishers used to give good money. So money, when the cotton, the people who were dealing in cotton, they were getting good money from Britishers. Why will they sell it to the Indian traders? So they started exporting that cotton, and now weavers were starved of supplies. मतलब कि तरस गए वो कि cotton supply, good quality cotton should be available for them. They did not get that, and they were forced to buy raw cotton at exorbitant prices. Means the cotton that they have to use in their industries, that cotton was not available, and जो available था, that was of very high price. So in this situation, the weaving could not pay. They were in a very bad condition. Condition started degrading day by day. Then what happened by 19th century, by the end of 19th century, weavers, crafts people, they faced another problem, that factories began production, the market with machine goods. How could weaving industry be surviving? तो वीविंग इंडस्ट्री की कहानी ग्रेजुअली एंड स्लोली, धीरे धीरे क्या हो गया, खत्म होती चली गई. एंड वीवर्स वेयर स्टार्विंग नाउ. ठीक है. तो इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन एंड इट्स इम्पैक्ट, वेन एवर वी टॉक अबाउट इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन एंड इट्स इम्पैक्ट, देन वी कम टू नो दैट इट्स इम्पैक्ट ऑन द इंडियन वीवर्स वॉज very bad. The weavers, the kind of problems that they have to face, it was I mean unimaginable. We can't think of also इस तरह की problems weavers face कर रहे थे. Okay, so that was there children. Now we come to the next topic. Factories come up. Okay, big factories were coming up, not only in Britain but in India also. The Indian industrialists thought कि instead of getting the goods from Britain and supply and covering the Indian market, why don't we start manufacturing the goods on our own? अपने से अपने goods की manufacture क्यों नहीं शुरू करते? So now comes the GK questions, children. Informations that are important not only from history point of view but from GK point of view also. Cotton mill came up in Bombay in 1854. And production started. सबसे पहले it was laid down in 1854, and then production had started 2 years after that. Then 1862 में 4 mills were at work with 94,000 spindles and 2,150 looms. Now these are the apparatuses, these are the equipments with which the weaving, with which the cotton is manufactured. Spindles, loom, पावर लूम तो आपने देखा होगा ना, जिससे कि कपड़ा सूत काटते हैं, आपको धागा दे दिया जाता है और धागों को जोड़ के जो कपड़ा बनता है, ऑल द क्लोथ, एवरी क्लोथ दैट वी आर वियरिंग दिस, तो पावर लूम होता है. स्पिंडल्स आर देयर जिससे धागे बनते हैं, एंड लूम इज देयर थ्रू विच द क्लोथ इज मेड. तो व्हाट हैपेंड, जूट मिल्स came up in Bengal. Matlab, now what happened that the industries were growing day by day. Gradually and slowly the industries were coming up. And 1862 में 4 mills were at work, and Bengal में the jute mills were established, and 1855 में another one came up in next 7 years later, 1862. तो आप ये देखो कि the production is increasing in a very subtle manner, काफ़ी तेज़ी से बढ़ रहा है. ओके, नाउ 1862 में इन नॉर्थ इंडिया 1854 में फर्स्ट मिल वॉज स्टैब्लिश्ड इन बॉम्बे, एंड 1862 तक काफ़ी सारे मिल्स इस्टेब्लिश हो गई. एल्जिन मिल established in कानपुर. Now Kanpur was very well known for abhi bhi Kanpur is known as an industrial city, and let me make one thing very clear ki the credit of it establishing the industries, definitely it somewhere is credited to the Britishers. The kind of industries that were established in Kanpur, Britishers played a very important role in that. Okay children, so Elgin mill was started in Kanpur in 1860s. And after 1 year, the first cotton mill of Ahmedabad was set up. And try to remember these dates, okay? 1854, 1862. Now again I am telling you, not from history point of view, but from GK point of view, these dates are important to remember that. First cotton mill came up in Ahmedabad, and 1874 में first spinning and weaving mill of Madras started production. Spinning and weaving also started, industries were being established. So you can understand कि हम भी पीछे नहीं थे. Britishers अगर आगे थे तो हम पीछे नहीं थे. We were nowhere backward. We were also progressing. We were also developing. That is one of the important things that we need to understand. First spinning and weaving mill of Madras had started its production. Now who were the people who have set up these industries? ये industries जो है इसको किसने establish किया था? And where did the money come from? Establishing an industry is not an easy job. It's not a small thing. तो कौन थे वो लोग जिन्होंने इन industries को establish किया था? And who were the people who were working in these industries? Okay, these mills that were established, these industries that were established, the people behind these industries, the people who have established these mills, we need to understand about them. सबसे पहले आप ये देखो, only entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs. Now who are the entrepreneurs? Entrepreneurs are those people who are totally involved in the business. कोई भी नुकसान होता है, कोई भी फ़ायदा होता है तो दे आर रेडी टू टेक एवरीथिंग वेरी रेडिली. बहुत ही आराम से हर एक चीज़ को ये दे ट्राई टू टेक अप, दे ऑलवेज इन्वेस्ट, दे आर रेडी टू टेक द रिस्क. ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड क्या होता है ना, देर इज वाइल डूइंग अ बिजनेस देर इज़ वन सेइंग, नो रिस्क नो गेन. सो वेन एवर यू डू अ बिग बिजनेस, तो यू हैव टू think about it that the money that you are investing, उसका नुकसान भी हो सकता है, उसका फ़ायदा भी हो सकता है. So you need to understand that the money that is being invested in the industries, it can have lot of different kind of outputs. So industries were set up by in different regions by varying sort of people. Many people were there who have established these industries. The main business groups, all these business groups that were there, that were trading, we trace back the history to China. China से it has started, and especially from the late 18th century, जैसा कि हमने पढ़ा हुआ, you have already read in your book last year that the Britishers began exporting opium to China. ठीक है. The opium business was very flourishing business, not only in China but all parts of the world. अफीम आपको पता है ना, it is a kind of a drug. So that was always in demand in the different countries. and Britishers had made lot of money by trading in this product, that is opium. तो यहाँ से ये क्या करते थे, दे बिगैन एक्सपोर्टिंग ओपियम टू चाइना. यहाँ इंडिया से चाइना में ओपियम ले जाते थे, एंड चाइना से क्या खरीदते थे, चाइना से चाय खरीदते थे. दे यूज टू बाय टी फ्रॉम चाइना, एंड बिकॉज द पीपल इन इंग्लैंड दे वर वेरी फॉन्ड ऑफ ड्रिंकिंग टी. तो टी बिजनेस अगेन वॉज अ वेरी फ्लरिशिंग बिजनेस. उनको खाली पता चलना चाहिए था, द ब्रिटिशर्स दे हैव टू जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड कि दिस प्रोडक्ट इज लॉट ऑफ इन डिमांड, इसकी बहुत रिक्वायरमेंट है. तो इमीडिएटली दे यूज टू स्टार्ट द बिजनेस, दे यूज टू कैच अप. ओके, एंड दे टुक टी फ्रॉम चाइना टू इंग्लैंड. मेनी इंडियंस बिकेम जूनियर प्लेयर्स इन दिस ट्रेड. मतलब कि दे डिड नॉट स्टार्ट द ट्रेड ऑन अ वेरी लार्ज स्केल, लेकिन छोटी मोटी ट्रेडिंग जो है यहाँ पे पीपल वेर डूइंग. दे वर प्रोवाइडिंग फाइनेंस, दे वर प्रोक्योरिंग सप्लाईज एंड शिपिंग कंसाइनमेंट्स. ओके, सबसे पहले तो मनी यहाँ पे जिसको जिसको चाहिए था, whoever wanted money, many Indians became like bankers. Then supplies, whatever material was needed, वो जहाँ जहाँ से जाके कलेक्ट करना है, फ्रॉम विच एवर प्लेसेज दे हैव टू कलेक्ट इट, दे यूज टू कलेक्ट इट. एंड देन शिपिंग कंसाइनमेंट्स, दूसरी कंट्रीज में उसको कहाँ से लेके जाना है, कैसे लेके जाना है, एंड ऑल दैट. ओके, सो दिस वॉज ऑल कंट्रोल्ड बाय द इंडियंस ऑल्सो. अभी क्या हो गया, पहले तो ब्रिटिश कंट्रोल कर रहे थे, नाउ द इंडियंस ऑल्सो. व्हेन इंडियंस एंटर्ड इन थ्रू दिस ट्रेड ना, दैट ट्रेडिंग ऑफ ओपियम, प्रोवाइडिंग इट टू द ब्रिटिश, कहाँ से सामान लेके आना है, कहाँ लेके जाना है, ऑल दीज थिंग्स व्हेन दे हैव स्टार्टेड, व्हेन तो क्या हुआ कि दीज बिजनेस पीपल मेड लॉट ऑफ मनी. ब्रिटिशर्स तो वेर वेरी गुड, पहले अपना फ़ायदा देखते थे, दे यूज टू लुक आफ्टर देयर प्रॉफिट फर्स्ट, बट देन आफ्टर गेनिंग देयर प्रॉफिट काफ़ी पैसा वो यहाँ लोगों को बांटते भी थे. तो दैट मेड द बिजनेस एंड ट्रेडिंग वेरी पॉपुलर हियर. Some of the big business people who had traded and earned lot of money, please try to remember these names. Dwarka Nath Tagore, China trade mein he had made his fortune. Then he turned to industrial investment and he set up 6 joint stock companies. Joint stock, where the people come together and then they invest money. एक आदमी पैसा इन्वेस्ट करता है तो क्या होता है, रिस्क हो जाता है, लॉस हो जाता है, तो काफ़ी सारी द लॉस इज ऑन अ वेरी लार्ज स्केल. सो जॉइंट स्टॉक कंपनीज वेर एस्टैब्लिश्ड in 1830s and 40s. Initially what happened, I told you now, the entrepreneurs always are ready to take risk, and that is what they have done. Tagore's enterprise, Rabindranath Tagore, when he has established his business, तो पहले क्या हुआ कि his business sank, डूब गया. The business has gone very low. तो I told you ना, every time you don't face profit, कभी कभी भयंकर तरीके से नुकसान भी हो जाता है. तो there were other people there in the market, and the wider business crisis was there in the 1840s. लेकिन 19th century में what happened, China traders became successful industrialists. The people, I mean the Indian people who were trading with China, they became very successful. And Dwarkanath Tagore को नुकसान हुआ, but then there were other business people who had benefited from this trading. Who were these people? Parsi people like Dinshaw Petit, Jamshedji Nasirwanji Tata. They built huge industrial empires. बड़ी बड़ी इंडस्ट्रीज लगाई इन्होंने in India. And they accumulated their initial wealth. काफ़ी सारा पैसा accumulate किया इन्होंने. पहला तो first they exported from the exports to China. They exported their material to China. वहाँ से काफ़ी पैसा अर्न किया. उसके बाद raw cotton shipments to England. ठीक है, ये जो कच्चा माल था, the cotton that was there, वो because Britishers needed, Britain में the civil war, the America में civil war had happened, so the cotton supplies in Britain has dried up. तो इसको इन्होंने increase किया. They speeded up in cotton supplying to the Britishers. इसमें कुछ नाम बहुत common है, like सेठ हुकुमचंद, Seth Hukumchand was there, a Marwadi businessman who set up the first Indian jute mill. ठीक है, first Indian jute mill was established in Kolkata in 1917 and also traded with China. So the father as well as the grandfather of the famous industrialist G.D. Birla. Now you find some of the familiar names. Beta, what happens is na that when you establish a business, तो आपको हमेशा you have to start it in a very small scale. आप एक बार में करोड़ों रुपए का बिजनेस नहीं कर सकते. यू कैन नॉट आई विल हैव 1 crore rupees. नो, you can start your business with 1,000 rupees also and you can then make it into crores. Got it? So there is certain business tactics are there are certain ways of trading, ways of doing the business. वो अगर तरीका सीख जाए लोग, if the people understand how to do the business, then the things become very proper. Okay. So G.D. Birla इनके grandfather थे, इन्होंने भी business में किया. One thing here is that is very well known is children. Just it was coming to my mind that the Parsi people, the Parsi community, they are very less in number. I mean, they are in minority in India, but they are very great business people. How to do business, and very learned, very sharp minded, and they know how to make profit. किस तरह से फ़ायदा बनाना है ये इनको बहुत अच्छे से आता है. ठीक है. सो बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती हैं जो कि वी शुड लर्न फ्रॉम. गुड थिंग शुड बी ऑलवेज वेलकम. तो कैपिटल वॉज एक्यूमुलेटेड, बहुत सारा पैसा इंडिया में आ रहा था थ्रू ट्रेड नेटवर्क. ट्रेड वॉज हैपनिंग. सम मर्चेंट्स फ्रॉम मद्रास, जस्ट सी, दे स्टार्टेड ट्रेडिंग विद बर्मा. ठीक है, म्यांमार. Others, they had their links with Middle East, East Africa. So many people continuously now money was coming, trade was happening and profits were being shared. काफ़ी सारा profit भी लोगों को हो रहा था. This is one thing that was very prominent. Then एक दूसरा commercial group था. They were not directly involved in external trade. The material that was being exported, there was one group which was not involved in the international trade, but they were the ones who were controlling the national trade. क्या करते थे? Carrying goods from one place to another. ठीक है, यहाँ से सामान बाहर की कंट्री में लेके जाना है. मनी, बैंकिंग मनी, ट्रांसफरिंग फंड्स बिटवीन, फाइनेंसिंग मीन्स ऑल मनी रिलेटेड वर्क. ओके, इंडिया में ही ये सारा काम वो करते थे. दे वर नॉट कंसर्न विद द इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड, बट द पीपल हु वर कंसर्न विद द इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड, वेरी ऑफन दे नीडेड कैश, वेरी ऑफन दे नीडेड मनी. तो उनको मनी प्रोवाइड करना है. ट्रांसफरिंग फंड्स बिटवीन द सिटीज़. बेंगलोर में कोई देयर इज़ वन ट्रेडर, ही हैज़ टू गेट सम मटेरियल फ्रॉम अहमदाबाद. तो अहमदाबाद से किस तरह से मटेरियल आएगा और उनको पैसे कैसे सप्लाई कर, हाउ टू पेमेंट टू बी डन. तो दीज वेर द पीपल, दीज वेर द इंटरमीडियरीज हु वेर कंट्रोलिंग दीज काइंड ऑफ एक्टिविटीज़. इस तरह के कामों में ये लोग इन्वॉल्व थे. तो opportunity of investment happened in industries, opened up. Many of these people who have made money, क्योंकि अब जब आप किसी को मनी देते हो, when they were serving as bankers, when they were providing money, तो क्या हुआ, इंटरेस्ट होता है ना. आप मुफ्त में तो पैसे किसी को देते नहीं हो, दान नहीं कर रहे हैं, बिजनेस कर रहे हैं. सो when the business is happening, money is being invested, तो money is coming in return also. Colonial control was there over Indian trade. It tightened, means अभी है ना Indian trade, because it was flourishing. तो colonial people, they cannot share money with anyone. उनको तो सारा पैसा खुद के लिए चाहिए ना. They need all the money for themselves. So they did not want to share this money with anyone. And the Indian merchants started feeling very uncomfortable. कि आप ट्रेड कर रहे हो, चलो दैट्स वेरी नाइस, मीन्स द ब्रिटिशर्स आर ट्रेडिंग, दैट इज समथिंग वेरी गुड, बट वाई शुड दे स्टॉप द इंडियंस फ्रॉम डूइंग द ट्रेड. This was not a very welcome activity. Okay, so they were barred from trading with Europe in manufactured goods. They said ki okay, whatever trading you are doing, please don't come to Europe, don't come with your products to Europe. So raw cotton, opium, wheat, indigo, all these things that were required by the British, they were gradually, what happened, they were edged out of the shipping business. So they said ki the trading that the Indian people are doing and the money that these people are gaining and earning lot of profit, the Britishers did not like that. Okay, raw cotton, opium, wheat, indigo, whatever was required by the British, they were gradually edged out of the shipping industries. Edged out means कि एक्सपोर्ट में से इनको ब्रिटिशर्स ने बाहर निकाल दिया. एज्ड आउट, बहुत कम लोग थे जो कि ये काम कर पा रहे थे. Those who were very close to the Britishers, those who can make the Britishers very, Britishers just allowed them to do the business. Other people were just edged out. बाकी लोगों को उन्होंने बाहर निकाल दिया. Because lot of Indian people were sharing the profit with the Britishers. And Britishers did not want to share the profit. First World War tak what happened? Till the First World War, European managing agencies controlled a large sector of Indian industries. Indian industries ka lot of business was controlled by the European industry agencies. And the biggest ones means Indians have to trade, so they have to be in close contact with the Britishers. And the companies which were the mediums between the Indians and the Britishers, some of the companies names are given here: Bird, Hylers and Company, Andrew Yule, Jardine Skinner and Company. You know children, some companies are still there. ठीक है, Andrew Yule Company, Yule, Bird, Hylers, I mean these countries are still there. These अभी ये जो कंपनीज थी, ये जो इंडस्ट्रीज थी, इनका काम क्या था? What was their work? Please try to understand that. These agencies mobilized capital. जहाँ भी जिसको भी पैसे की ज़रूरत पड़ रही है, they provided capital. Set up companies, joint stock companies. 10-15 people are there who want to start a company, joint stock company they want to start. They help them in that. Manage them, suggested, guided, all these things they were managing in a very good manner. Most instances, जब हम बहुत सारे examples देखते हैं, lot of examples we have. Indian financiers, what did they do? They provided the capital. मतलब जितना भी मनी चाहिए था, that was being provided. Indian financiers. While European agencies, what did they do? उनका क्या काम था? This Bird, Hylers and Company, Andrew Yule, Jardine Skinner. So, what decision, how the business will be carried on, who are the people who will be investing, that was being looked after by these British companies. So, European merchant industrialists had their own chambers of commerce. यूरोपियंस वॉट एवर बिजनेस, जितना भी बिजनेस हो रहा था उसमें इन्होंने अपना ग्रुप बनाया हुआ था. दे यू नो एक चीज़ जो बहुत प्रोमिनेंट थी, जिसके वजह से कि इंडियंस नाराज़ हो जाते थे, कि दे मेंटेन्ड देयर आइडेंटिटी इन अ वेरी डिफरेंट मैनर. वो इंडियंस के साथ बहुत ज़्यादा मिक्स नहीं होना चाहते थे. ओके, एंड इंडियन बिजनेसमैन वेयर नॉट अलाउड टू ज्वाइन देम. जो भी काम हो रहा था उसमें इंडियन बिजनेसमैन जो हैं उनको हर एक काम, फॉर ईच एंड एवरी थिंग दे हैव टू टेक परमिशन ऑफ द ब्रिटिशर्स. तो यहाँ से व्हाट हैपेंड दैट द इंडियन इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट स्टार्टेड गेटिंग इरिटेटेड. हर एक चीज़ में इंटरफेरेंस. लॉट ऑफ आइडियाज वेर देयर बट पीपल वेर नॉट अलाउड टू इम्प्लीमेंट दैट. ब्रिटिशर्स को लगता था ऐसा नहीं हो, कहीं इनको फ़ायदा हो जाए, कहीं इनको सारा बेनिफिट मिल जाए. वांट दैट. फैक्ट्रीज इस्टेब्लिश हो गई, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग शुरू हो गई, एंड द इंडियन बिजनेस पीपल एंड द इंडियन मर्चेंट्स दे वर मेकिंग लॉट ऑफ मनी. इंडस्ट्रीज जो इस्टेब्लिश की थी उसमें कहाँ से वर्कर्स आ रहे थे? वेयर डिड द वर्कर्स कम फ्रॉम? who were these workers working in these industries. Okay, so this is the topic. Try to remember the names of the Indian industrialists who were very active and who have made lot of money in by trading with the Britishers. और कैसे इन्होंने किया है, इन सब चीज़ों को थोड़ा सा ध्यान दीजिएगा चिल्ड्रन, एंड वी विल बी कंटिन्यूइंग इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास. थैंक यू चिल्ड्रन एंड ऑल द बेस्ट टू यू.